Hello there, everyone. Hello there, Michaelers. Pearl Jr. here with another episode of Michael Jackson news, right? So there's a couple of things that are going on right now. One of them is, we're just going to start with one of them, the most ridiculous one, which is this guy here. This guy. OG Pyru. Okay, how would he know? He is saying that Michael allegedly, I wasn't there, I don't know, but it's been getting a lot of attention where he's saying that Michael Jackson OD'd in 1979. Okay, Michael Jackson did not want to be anywhere near any drugs in 1979. And he said that Liz Taylor was a part of it. Michael and Liz Taylor didn't meet to the mid 1980s. This guy needs to do a little bit more research. But the reason why it's getting a lot of attention, because in 1979 is when Michael first got his plastic surgery. It was said that he fell off stage and then he decided to get his nose fixed because he hurt his nose, and when they were fixing his nose, they just kind of contoured it a little bit more so it would be in balance with his face, right? I thought the natural Michael Jackson with no surgery was the most gorgeous, okay? But Billie Jean, oh my God, off the wall. He was extra fine then too, okay? So there's no way that I believe in it was replaced with someone as talented that nobody ever heard of, that just happens to look like Michael, just happens to sound like Michael, that just happens to put out the greatest album, the best-selling album in the whole wide world, Thriller, right? It's just absurd, right? Because we all know to get to that level of talent, that level of perfection, that level of genius, that level of distribution, that level of dance, that level of showmanship, it could only be done through someone who traveled the road that Michael traveled since he was 5 years old. So poo-poo that, okay? Poo-poo that. You guys just don't, it's just silly. Okay, it's just silly. Michael Jackson did not even die in 2009. And I have 4 documentaries that prove it to you. And I'm working on a 5th that's going to come out around the time that the Michael biopic is going to come out, right? So we're working on it. We put it on hiatus for now because I am doing my shea butter business. So stays all day shea. Let's do work and play, because everybody's got skin. Okay. Order your Stays All Day Shea. I have over 40 fragrances. It is going to hydrate, exfoliate. It will collagen booster, cell regeneration. It gives you soft skin. It's good to treat the skin of eczema and psoriasis, even though something inside is creating it. But you can use this for the skin, but you do have to change. That's something that's going on in your gut. Stop eating sugar. Drink a lot of water. Also, it will give you extra sun protection. It soothes household burns and also sunburn. So make sure it's anti-inflammatory, good for massages. It's fabulous. And it smells fabulous. Okay, so I have essential oils and I have fragrance oils. So don't go out spending hundreds of dollars on a fragrance when you can get it from me that smells just like it. And it smells a little bit more without like the mist in it or without the alcohol. It just smells more soft when it's in a shea butter. So make sure you go to my website, either Shea Butter Perfume Store or staysalldayshay.com, and order your shea butter. All right, let's get back to Michael Jackson. Okay. So we know that this can't be true because he said Michael OD'd in 79. Michael didn't even know what drugs looked like in 1979. And he didn't know Liz Taylor. And Liz Taylor supposedly was a part of the 1979 of Michael OD'ing. So poo-poo that, okay? Let's move on. There's a couple of other things that I want to show you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's been a lot going on about Katherine versus Bigi. And I had posted something where TMC said Bigi Jackson is his real name. I thought his real name was Prince Michael Jackson II. That's what I thought his real name was. And Blanket I thought he changed his nickname Blanket, which was kind of a juvenile name, and it was Gregory Peck. I think it was the actor Gregory Peck, I believe. It was his dog's name. And Gregory Peck is somewhere on Neverland, and he has a dog, and he names him Blanket. So Blanket didn't want to be named Blanket anymore. He wanted to be named something else. So his nickname, I believe, was Bigi, but TMZ said that was his real name. So I am confused. Okay. But anyway, we know who Bigi Jackson is. Bigi Jackson is allegedly the third child of Michael Jackson. The reason why I say allegedly is because when I was covering the Mark Schaffel versus Michael Jackson trial, I think the end of 2005, 2006, somewhere in there. I was sitting in the courtroom. Mark Schaffel was talking about the RB bag and the 300,000 and the kid and getting a kid from Argentina, and it showed up at oh my goodness, at his house. What is his name? I just had his name in my head. Showed up at God, what is his name? Oh, I can't think of it right now. It was right there in my head, and then I didn't say it enough time, and then it just went away. Okay. And that's been happening to me a little bit lately. That's the sign of getting old. And getting old does not mean your brain doesn't work. It just means there's so much history in your brain that things get clouded up in there, you know? And, but anyway, so BG is from Argentina, and you could tell that he's Latino. And he told Latoya he's Latino. Oh, these earrings, real quick. These earrings. Thank you, KM. I found these earrings. They're so cute. I hope they weren't for Rue because I like them so much. I'm keeping them. They're butterfly earrings. And we know Michael believes butterfly was one of his symbolisms for the death hoax. It means new beginning because when it's a caterpillar, it looks like a little worm. And then when the skin falls out, then the wings are able to expand into a new beginning because now you can do flight. Okay, you can fly. So that's why Michael liked butterflies, because he was going to do his new beginning after he faked his death on June 25th, 2009. So go to Michael Jackson Insider to learn about that. Okay, now, Bigi and Katherine, what's going on? Okay, apparently the estate wants to sell, even though it was a sealed deal, but everybody is speculating that sell half of My Jack catalog, which is not only Michael's songs and Michael's masters, but also I think Sly and the Family Stone and some other people, their songs are in the My Jack catalog too. So Michael needs money. Okay. Michael is stretched very, very thin right now because he has the MJ1 show in Las Vegas. He has the MJ the Musical that's touring, and that just opened in the UK. And now he has the Michael biopic, right? Along with all the memorabilia and everything else he has going on and so much else. But those are the main things. So the Michael Jackson biopic, the Michael biopic, has been, is estimated to cost him anywhere from $75 million to $100 million. And it's estimated that you spend that equal amount in promoting the film. And Michael wants it promoted all over the world. And he wants it to be the biggest, most watched biopic in the history of biopics, right? And a little birdie told me it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay, that it's really super good. That they've been working so hard on the biopic. So I, of course, live like 3 or 4 miles from Havenhurst. So I drive down there all the time. You guys know I've done footage from there and done all kinds of stuff. So it's nothing for me to drive down there. Nothing, absolutely nothing for me to drive down there. So I have but before we get there, I took some pictures yesterday, right? And I did a video, which I released already, from there because they were setting up, but now all the stars are there. Okay. The stars were there Monday and Tuesday. They were doing all their shots, all the cast. But before, when I went there, they were just setting up for the cast. Okay. Now, Anton Fuqua is a Black director, like one of the best in the world. And he has been hired to be the director of the Michael biopic. And he released a statement just a few days ago. He said, Michael will bring audiences a riveting and honest portrayal of the brilliant yet complicated man who became known worldwide as the King of Pop. This epic cinematic film will examine Jackson's triumphs and tragedies, from his human side to his public and private struggles to his accusations and the 24/7 media microscope Jackson lived under, even at his artistic apex. The all-star filming team will also capture Michael's undeniable creative genius, recreating his most memorable, iconic performances, Jafar. As never before, audiences will experience an inside look at one of the most influential, trailblazing artists the world has ever known. They didn't mention nothing about the death, right? I'm just saying he didn't mention anything about the death. Okay, but anyway, okay. So we look forward to that. And I'm sure Antoine is putting his heart and soul in it because we just love Michael from the time we were little children. So that love is kind of hard and we were so proud of them. It's so hard to kind of break. So the producers are John McClane and John Branca, who are the executors to the estate, and also Graham King. He's the producer. And the writer is Logan something, but I also did something with him. He's the writer, but he also did like Death Hoax movies too. Did I remember that when I reported that? IMDb. And let's do Michael movie. And his name is Logan something. Michael movie. Michael, here it is. It's coming out April 18th, 2025. And the writer is John Logan. And John Logan has done, John Logan has done Skyfall. Skyfall! Remember, right next door to the Michael Jackson 1 in Las Vegas, right? The Michael Theater, the Michael Jackson 1 in Las Vegas. Directly next door is the Skyfall Theater. And Skyfall is a movie that Prince had promoted. It's a James Bond 007 movie about James Bond faking his death. I don't make this happen. I just research it. That's it. But he also did The Aviator, which is Howard Hughes's biopic. He did The Gladiator with Russell Crowe. And then Russell Crowe tells this cute story. I'm going way off in a tangent about how Michael called him and he hung up, blah, blah. But everybody got the Michael called him and hung up story. Everybody has those stories. And he's done some other big movies, okay? One called Rango. I don't know what that is. But anyway, and then we have an all-star cast. Lorenz Tate, who is an actor. I love Lorenz Tate when he was in Dead Presidents. Oh my God. He was old dog. Don't be going up in there acting like no little B. You got to see Dead Presidents. I think that's the name of the movie. It's one of them. Okay. He will be playing Berry Gordy. Lorenz Tate will be playing Berry Gordy. So I think that's really, really cool. Okay. So let's see if I can do the cast, if the cast has been updated. Let's see, for the Michael movie. So many people. They've cast Suzanne DePaz. They've cast Diana Ross. Miles Tiller will play John Branca. Nia Long will be playing Katherine. It's so many, just great. Here's Lorenz Tate. He's probably the most well-known one out of those. There's Lorenz Tate. He's so cute. Okay. And Berry Gordy, he's lucky. He's gotten Billy D. Williams, who is super fine, okay, to play him in the American Dream. And now he has cute Lorenz Tate that's playing him in the Michael movie. Okay. And so, things are going well. Lorenz Tate also played Quincy Jones in Ray. Okay, so that's where you can go back to, right? He played Quincy Jones in Ray. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did. I just love his performance. I love it. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, where is it? Yep, Lorenz Tate played Quincy Jones. So, in the Ray movie. Okay. And, Jamie Foxx did such a great job. He was more Ray than Ray. Now, I don't know how Jafar is going to be more Jafar than Michael, but that sure would be nice, right? But it's kind of, a couple times it's kind of hit me a little hard and made me a little teary-eyed because, it's like the end of an era. This movie kind of represents the end of like Michael, all the wonderment, all the excitement, all the love, all the joy, all the pride, all the inspiration, all the charity, all the Michael and his super fineness and all that stuff is just kind of like sad because it's kind of being, it's old now and it's done. Oh, it breaks my heart a little bit. But let's get back to Bigi and Katherine. All right. So, Katherine apparently has sued the estate because, I got to play this first. Okay. I'm going to set this up by playing this first. Okay, guys. So if I buffer, just stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay. Cause my phone, whenever I try to do this, it starts buffering. Okay. Here we go. It's Janet and Michael writing Scream.
The whole system is F. The whole system.
Mother's gonna love us at this song. I told you not to do this, Janet. You insisted. You tied my hands behind my back. I did not want to do a song like this.
Okay, did you hear that one more time? All right, okay. So I'm going to play the audio. So you saw it. Michael and Janet are sitting on a bed and they are writing the song Scream. This is how simple their lives are. Could you imagine the most talented people that are your family members? I mean, my God, my brothers and sisters. Wow. Okay. So Michael and Janet are sitting there and Michael is teaching Janet the words to the song Scream. Janet is writing it down and learning her words, right? So Michael says, and this is very telling, listen.
The whole system.
Mother's gonna love us at this song. I told you not to do this, Janet. You insisted. You tied my hands behind my back. I did not want to do a song like this.
Okay, so Michael is teasing. And he's telling Janet, and she's laughing, Mother's gonna tell you, Janet, and love that you're doing this, and you're not supposed to do this, and how could you do this song with Michael, and hide your hands behind the back. So let's listen one more time.
Mother's gonna love us at this.
Here we go.
Mother's gonna love us at this song. I told you not to do this, Janet.
Mother's gonna love you with this song. Told you not to do this, Janet. So Katherine has not always agreed with Michael. And it must have happened many, many, many times because for Michael to say it and Janet to giggle and co-sign like, yeah, Mother does that, right? That shows that Michael and Katherine did not always see eye to eye. They didn't. Like with their first album, Diana Ross presents the Jackson 5 with I Want You Back. Katherine said when she first heard that song, she thought it was noise. She didn't think it was that good, right? She said later on she was wrong. She also didn't think hiring John Branca was a great idea, okay, back in the 80s. But John Branca turned out, and him and Michael made history and bought that catalog and Thriller, and he saved Thriller because Michael was about to destroy the music video, the short film Thriller, because the Jehovah's Witness got mad at him, saying it represented the occult, and Michael was getting pressure from the Jehovah's Witness congregation, and so he was like, just burn it, and John Branca was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. And John Branca decided to put that disclaimer, this does not represent the occult. And then they saved it, and then we have Thriller as one of the most successful music, if not the most successful music video in the history of the world, one of three. Okay, and I don't even know what the other two are, to be honest with you. So it's probably the most famous video in the history of the world, but it doesn't have more views than Billie Jean, right? It doesn't have more views than Billie Jean. And or they just don't care about us. Isn't that amazing? On YouTube. Okay. So anyway, I'm getting hot. Okay. So let's get to the meat of this. So Katherine and Bigi are in an argument because Katherine had said that she did not think that they should sell half of the My Jack catalog. At least that's what we think that secret sale is, right? So she spent $560,000. I consider that excessive and elderly abuse, and paying a lawyer anywhere from $840 to over $1,400 an hour. I mean, come on. This is not a hard thing to do, okay? To bump up against her own estate. I mean, over $500,000. It's absurd. Okay, it's absurd. But anyway, so Katherine lost that case. The judge said, go ahead and sell it, right? So Katherine is telling the estate, pay the bill. But the estate's like, why am I going to pay for a bill when they were opposing me? So I'm supposed to win the case and pay the bill? Katherine, when you lost the case, that means you have to pay my attorney fees, right? But instead, Katherine's saying the estate paid for it. They got enough money to pay for it, right? So there's a big argument about it. So then Katherine wants to appeal that decision. Now, what I don't understand is if the sale already went through, what is there to appeal if it's already happened? You can't rescind that contract over there that you already sold it. You made a deal with Sony, allegedly with Sony. So I kind of don't get that, right? If it's already sold, Katherine, what are you appealing? So is it really already sold? Is the deal already done? I don't know, right? Because she thinks she still has a chance to stop it if she's appealing it. Well, anyway, so Bigi, who don't get involved in nothing, that don't say nothing, that ain't ruffled no feathers. Well, when he was a kid, he was a little bit rambunctious with Dante once, or they were playing rough or something. But other than that, Bigi's been just quiet to himself, reserved. He loves movies. He came out of his shell and they did the family reviews, some YouTube channel where they were reviewing movies, and Bigi gets excited when he's reviewing movies, right? Because that's what he's into, right? And Bigi came out with a short film called Rochelle's, which I thought was a good short film, right? Especially for your debut, your first one, and he won a couple of awards, and it's a good short film. Now, Bigi, you are pushing up against grandma? What? Katherine? What? Huh? What? Huh? Ooh, and she's 93? And you're saying, I don't agree with you, and you're going to file paperwork in the law, in the court, to stop her appeal? Seems a little weird to me. Seems suspect to me. It seems out of character for Bigi. Now, is it out of character now that he wants to be a big movie maker? He needs money too. So I'm just wondering, if he needs money, is he trying to say, get on the side of the estate, and so that they can give money to pay for his films, because films are very expensive to produce, right? I'm just saying, it's just a thought in my head, right? Also, Prince and Paris are very outspoken. Now, I wonder if Bigi is still a full-time student. Because if you're a full-time student and they have custody of you, because no money has been released from the estate. No money has been released. Katherine is the main benefactor right now. She has gotten, they said, since June 25th, 2009, $55 million. Now, a 90-something, 80, 90-year-old woman, right? How is she spending $55 million? She's taking care of the whole family. That's what I believe. $55 million is a lot of money to go through, even if it's been almost 14 years. That's a lot of money, right? That's a lot of money, right? That's reportedly $55 million, right? So they're like, you got enough money. You gotten enough money. You pay your own legal fees, right? So Bigi is objecting to them paying to her appeal and won't join her appeal, even though he was with her before with saying don't sell the MyJack catalog or half of the MyJack catalog. Now, Michael needs money because, he's spending a lot of money. So and some people are going like, oh, does that mean that Michael's dead now because he wouldn't go up against his mother? If Michael is the trustee and trustor of the estate, period. That's what the paperwork says, right? So Michael is the one telling John Bronk and John McClane what to do. Okay, he can't do it himself because he's supposed to be dead, even though it says the probate was dismissed on June 15th, 2018. I've been trying to get an answer for that. Maybe one day I will get an answer what the heck that means, dismissed in June of 2018, right? A lot of stuff surrounding Michael Jackson's death hoax just doesn't make any sense. Dismiss means it's done, right? But they're still doing more stuff with the estate. It's a living estate. That's what it is. It's a living estate. You could have an estate while you're alive. It's a living estate. You just transfer your assets to another entity outside of yourself. Okay, as an individual. All right. So I'm kind of thinking that since Bigi's the only one that's under 26 and a full-time student, that he's the only one that has a right to object to something going on with the estate. Okay, Paris and is not in college. She went to Paris College for a minute and dropped out. Okay, when she was 18 or 19, somewhere in there. Prince. Prince graduated from college several years ago, so he's no longer in college. So Bigi's the only one that has a right to go to the estate. Now, one article said Paris showed up. She can show up as a witness. Okay. So I'm not quite sure, there's always something. There's always something legally, some trickery, some kind of trick somewhere in it, right? Oh, I got my nails back. I remember I told you I was getting my nails back. I got my nails back. Okay. There's always some kind of trick in it, right? There's always some kind of trick in whatever it is. So we're going to figure it out later. But meanwhile, people have been hating on Bigi. I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. Okay. So we're going to see if the appeal goes through, or we're going to see if the sale is final. We're going to see if the estate pays Katherine's bills. I think the estate is going to pay Katherine's bills. And I think Michael is like, mommy. They called her mother. Chill. You're 93. Just enjoy your later years in life, your twilight years, and don't worry about any of this stuff. Okay. Maybe Michael was upset and teaching her a lesson that don't buck up against him all the time. Okay. And don't spend his money to buck up against him, or he ain't going to pay your legal fees when you lose. Okay. You supposed to dig in your pocket, Katherine, and pay the estate's legal fees because you lost. Okay. So we're going to find out more information on that one day, right? So I got some new pictures, guys. I went down to Havenhurst yesterday and I got some new pictures of what's going on and give you some idea of how expensive it is to do a movie. Okay. So here it is. Here is one of the pieces of equipment. Okay. I'm going to just show you real quick. Look at that. Okay, that's just one piece of equipment, and that's on another street. That's like a T, a part of the, like this is the street, and then there's another street. That's another street. And then they have around the corner, they got more stuff around the corner too. Okay, film equipment and trucks and all this stuff. The security. Remember last week when I went, there was one security guard. There's a lot of them now. Okay. There's more security. That's in front of the Havenhurst house. There's more security there. Okay. They try to tell me you can't record. I can record on the street if I want to, legally. Okay. So they're just trying. And then this car was parked down the street. This part was, I don't know. Okay. This car was parked down the street. Okay. So I'm wondering if that car is going to be a part of the Michael biopic. I asked this girl who was babysitting the car, sitting in the car next to us. She says, well, they haven't used it all day. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the Michael biopic, but I'm kind of like wondering, why is it there? It looks like a 1970 something. Maybe it's Joe's first Mercedes or something, and they're doing Joe gets his first Mercedes thing. I don't know, but I know Michael's Mercedes was 85 Mercedes 500 SL, and I think it was black or dark burgundy or something. And he kept it for a long time. And Michael was not a good driver, I heard. I'm an excellent driver. No, you're not, Michael. Many people have said Michael's not a good driver. Okay. Katherine also said that the estate has 1.5 billion, but how much of that is in assets and how much of it is in cash? Right? We don't know, right? So anyway, so we're going to find out, what all that means at a later date. And let's see. Oh, Diddy. Oh, Sean Combs. Oh, Puff Daddy. Now, a lot of people are out just to strangle this man. Okay. And just spreading all kind of salacious, homosexual, indecent, inappropriate, sexual harassment. My God, you guys are painting him out to be the devil. My goodness, right? And plus, not only homosexual, heterosexual, he don't care, But P. Diddy, there's not an arrest warrant out for P. Diddy. Yes, they searched his house. Yes, they searched his house, which is a couple of blocks from the Carrollwood house that Michael was renting in 2009. It's just a few blocks from there. And they raided his Miami house. Okay. But there's no arrest warrant for P. Diddy. Apparently they arrested somebody he's associated with that they call a drug mule, which I think is a carrier, somebody who was more of a distributor or someone who carried drugs. They arrested him. His sons were in handcuffs, but that's just to get people out safely. They weren't arrested. And then P. Diddy was spotted somewhere, and then they said that they had stopped him when he was getting ready to go on a Caribbean trip with his daughters. And but they didn't arrest him or anything. But apparently it has to do with drugs and sex trafficking. So I don't know. I don't know. But Diddy, your turn. Okay. I wonder what's going to happen to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I just wonder, because it seems like a top-notch, high-level Black celebrity just does not escape the law, the legal system, or death, or something. I don't know, but it's a lot of them. It's not just Black people, but it's especially Black people, Black celebrities. And we know what happened to Michael, right? So right now, I am of someone who believes you're innocent until proven guilty instead of guilty until proven innocent, and which is a lot of people are making videos and accusing, Sean Combs of all kinds of things, okay, that I hope to God aren't true, But, for the sake of his children, the sake of his daughters, his sons, I just hope none of that is true, that they have to live with their daddy was a sexual deviant. I just hope that that's not true. All right. So anyway, I think that's it. I think that those are my notes. The filming, Berry Gordy. Yep, that's it. All right, guys. I will see you next time. I wish you guys the best. And let's see if there's anything here. Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. I will, I'll read these later, but I have a lot of things that I got to do today. So I got 2 big things to get off my to-do list that I will do today. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Be sure to get your Stays All Day Shade lasso work and play, because everybody's got skin and you want to take care of it, and you want to have soft, luscious, young looking skin for as long as you can. Okay. And smell great too. Bye-bye.